So Eden Zero is back, and we keep switching back and forth between 20,000 years in the future and what's happening right now. I guess we'll start where the chapter starts, which is the right here and now. Rebecca is obviously not wanting to summon the chronophage because, once again, like last week I said, she doesn't want to destroy all of the bodies of all of these innocent women. Homaru isn't having it. Like, she basically yells at Rebecca with all of her might, basically saying, no, we have to fill this mission or all of our friends are going to die. You can't just sacrifice our friends to save corpses. That's not right, even if they are our mothers. And so Rebecca basically comes to a minor compromise where she decides she's going to summon the chronophage, but after they evacuate some of the mothers, her mother, who's alive, of course, and a few of the dead bodies, as many as they can before she has to summon the chronophage. The thing is, you're still going to leave a fuck ton of women just to be destroyed by the chronophage. And not just that, but understandably, but still kind of dumb, they're not going to wake up Rebecca's mother, Saint Firefox. I don't know why. I know why. She doesn't want to have that talk with her mother, like, why did she abandon her, or was she kidnapped, or what happened. But still, if she's a functioning human being who can move around on her own, wouldn't it be a good idea to release her and then let her, escape with you? This way you don't have to carry her around? Like, this seems impractical just because she doesn't want to have an awkward moment with her mother that probably abandoned her. She was able to be easily convinced that it's okay to desecrate bodies if it means saving your friends, but she can't get over the emotional toll of having to talk to her mother right here and now. That, I don't know. I find that hard to believe. Like, how can you get over one emotional problem but not the other? No. They really should just release her now, so this way, she can help them, or at least just get out of the way on her own without having to be carried all over the place in a giant tank. With that being said, it doesn't even matter because their plan involves using their giant robot mech to carry out as many people as possible, except that can't happen anymore. Because what we do is we jump over to the fight with Dead End Crow, and, everything on the ship is doing well. Obviously, Killer blew himself up, so he's either dead or become some kind of data out there, probably the data. And Clown has been locked in the prison, so that's been taken care of, and he's being watched over by Sister. They're currently fighting Dead End Crow. Everyone except for Holy have re-entered Eden Zero, and they're currently charging their ultimate cannon. The only problem is that Dead End Crow can absorb all energy, so anything made of ether just doesn't work on him. And if you use regular bullets, that doesn't work either because his armor is so fucking tough that it just bounces off like it's nothing. Oh, wow, okay. A bee sting. Not even a bee sting because he doesn't even feel it. You can actually feel a bee sting, so these things are just worthless. So they're thinking that it's basically useless to fire the cannon, but then Holy says, no, there is a way. You guys gotta shoot his core, and if you do that, it'll blow up, and he'll die. So what Holy does is she tries to suss out where the core is, and she does this by being able to track the energy absorption that Dead End Crow has. Because apparently the giant mech that looks like Witch basically has all of Witch's ether. So it's able to fire lightning ether, fire ether, ice ether, like basically a spellcaster, just like Witch. And every time she hits Dead End Crow with it, his body absorbs it, but it basically becomes like these lines within his body, and it just tracks towards the core, and she's basically blasting him with ether every once in a while, watching where they all coalesce together throughout his body. She finds the point in his body where they all go, which seems to be like, I guess you could call where your liver would be, basically, is basically where his core is. And that's when she uses her ether. She allows her to melt things, which we already know about because fucking melted those 3 dudes, if anyone remembers that. They basically become flesh puddles. Human flesh puddles. But yeah, Dead End Crow, like, right there melts. And she's like, I found it, fire. And everyone goes, okay, get out of the way and we'll fire. Before that can happen, retractable arms from inside of Dead End Crow grab onto the mech that Holy is in, just drags her inside. Now, Holy hates Dead End Crow with a passion. She straight up just says, fire, kill us both, just do it. I want him dead. Of course, Hermit, who's currently in command of the Eden Zero, says no. He would not allow that if he were here, so I will not allow it. Okay, this is where it gets weird again, because we once again skip ahead 20,000 years into the future, with those 2 either aliens in suits or just robots. It's unclear what they are. And they're discussing that it's amazing that they found a human male, because the human beings went extinct 20,000 years ago. So around the time that where Shiki and them are existing, and apparently some big event happens that leads to the end of all of humanity. My guess is that Ziggy wishes to no, not wishes. He kills Mother, and by killing Mother, all organic life dies. So apparently Ziggy's plan succeeds. At least that's what this thing is implying, which is super depressing to think about. But for all I know, maybe something else happened. Maybe they didn't kill off Mother. Maybe something failed, and only humans died. Because we know aliens exist in this universe. We don't see them very often, but aliens do exist. But they said humans went extinct 20,000 years ago, not all organic life. So it's unclear what exactly led to the death of humanity. Either way, the two aliens and or robots then say that they plan on taking the human back to their base on planet Edens. Okay, so here's the question. Did the planet named Edens exist first, or was it named after the ship, Eden 0 and Edens 1? My guessing is that the planets existed first. And my guess is what was originally on that planet, what made it so special, why he decided to name his ship and his second ship after it, is the simple fact that I think the Aetheron was found on that planet. Whatever the Aetheron is, my guess is it was originally on that planet. That's the origin point of the Aetheron. The reason why I believe that is because just a few chapters ago, Aetheron was a big talking point of the story, where Clown was trying to get to it, but he got stopped by his sister. If that's not a good enough hint to tell us that's an important thing that we need to focus on right now, but also, let's also try to forget about it a little bit. It's a reminder, but also I want you to forget about the reminder kind of thing, you know? That's what writers always do. So obviously Eden means paradise, so Garden of Eden, you know, from the Bible, it's paradise. The planet of Eden is basically a place. That means a planet is called paradise in the entire cosmos. So this is basically the perfect world. This might even be the birthplace of Mother. That's what I'm currently believing, that Mother and the Aetheron were born on this planet. This is basically their home. They're the start of the entire cosmos, was Eden's. And she was created to be a creation god. She's the goddess of life. And whatever the Aetheron is, it's the opposite. It is a destroyer. Its purpose is to annihilate anything that exists. That's why I think that, and because of Raymaster, that's why I believe that Aetheron is actually a person or an android or something like that. I basically believe that it's a counterbalance god to Mother. Then again, it could just be Shiki as that counterbalancing god, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. But yeah, I believe that Eden's, the planet, is basically the birth point of the gods and all of the universe itself. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, even leave a comment below. Thank you, and have a great day.